Morning.
Welcome to Around the Room.
Yes, another one.
It is the last
This is
one.
not the first one of the year, but it almost feels like it because I think people are getting ready to celebrate the new year.
Yeah.
You were going to mention.
So it's definitely the last one of the year.
Right. So this will be the last one of the year talking about things to do the first of the year. But we both have an event on January 14th. I'm just going to mention mine briefly, but I'll let you go first if you want to talk about yours.
Sure. Well, we got a couple events at the chamber here. So on January 8th, we have a business after hours with SK Beauty and Barber and Beauty Supply.
She's on Cherry Street, right?
Is I believe it's 200 Cherry Street. And that's January 8th from 4 to 6 p.m. Everybody's welcome. And it's always a lot of fun, business after hours. And then
that's Sharon Ritchie, I believe, and Rebecca Adams.
Yes.
I think both of them are in that salon over there, but I know Sharon has a bunch of beauty supplies and things like that.
Yeah.
I was thinking about buying hair extensions. Thoughts?
Well, let's see how it looks. I mean, maybe you should do one of those AI things.
Oh, yeah. I could do an AI to see what my hair would look like long. Yeah. If I get long hair, I'm not waiting. I'm just going to cheat and get the extensions.
So if you do long hair, you also going to do extensions on your sideburns?
I should.
Yeah, that would be exciting.
If I cut these off, I look like I'm 12 years old. That's why I have them on there.
No, they look good. So what
do you have on the 14th then? So we have ribbon cutting on the 8th.
Yes. No, business after hours on the 8th.
Business after hours. Forgive me. Okay. Business after hours. And then on the 14th,
we have the State of Valley address, and we are having on the 14th at 8:30 from 8:30 to 10:30 in the morning. And we have an exciting lineup, including the mayor of Hamilton.
And that's at the Playhouse, right?
Yes, at the Playhouse, and it's
in Hamilton.
In Hamilton. The presenting sponsor for that is Kim Bishop with Your Choice Benefit Solutions.
Oh, thanks, Kim.
Yeah, and we have a great lineup. We've got the representatives from all of the towns in the valley coming to talk, and then we have Reseda and the county commissioners update, and I believe the sheriff, maybe not. Okay. We were talking about maybe the sheriffs, but we definitely have.
So I think 8:30 is kind of the meet and mingle, and then the presentations begin at 9. Is that correct?
Yep, 9 o'clock.
Okay. Sorry, do you have to RSVP, or do you just show up, or do you have to RSVP? If you want to participate.
Well, there is an RSVP, yeah.
Okay. Show up. So call the chamber at 406-363-2400.
Yep. And then I believe that Jody did, if you're get our newsletter, Jody sent out a registration for it as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then at Sapphire Lutheran Homes, we are partnering with St. John's United Senior Connect, and we're going to begin an Aging Well education series. And so ours will actually be on January 14th as well. It'll be in the afternoon at 1:30. And our first guest is actually going to be Canyons Athletic Club, because they're going to come down and they're going to talk about their senior discounts that you can get at the health club. So Sapphire, we're at 501 North 10th Street. Here in Hamilton, we're just north of Bitterroot Health Daily Hospital. And that education series is free, and it's at 1:30 in the afternoon on Wednesday, January 14th.
Awesome.
So that's my event that I had.
The Canyons has a great program for seniors, and they do the Silver Sneakers program, and I know there's always a lot.
Do you think I should dye my hair gray so I can get the senior discount?
I don't know if that would work.
Even if they were gray extensions?
Gray extensions, maybe. But everybody knows you, so I don't think anybody would believe it.
Oh, okay. We should get a guest. We should get a guest on the show right now.
We really should. So our first guest today is Joe Schnackle. Let's bring him up. Welcome, Joel. Let me see. Did you? Yes. Okay.
Good morning, Joel.
Hi, welcome.
You're the double bassist. I'm really curious to know what that is.
Well, double bass is a kind of like a stand-up bass, but it's the word we use for the old instrument that doubled the cello, which is a stand-up bass. I'm the principal in the Glacier Symphony and Missoula Symphony, and we have my wife and I, Rachel, have started this fantastic professional chamber group based out of Hamilton here. We have this is our third season. We always bring in the top best musicians from the state of Montana to perform with us. And this series in January, we have Madeline Folkerts, who's my colleague at the University of Montana. She's the professor of French horn. We'll be doing a full concert of French horn and strings.
Wow.
Fantastic music.
Okay. And so it looks like you've got quite a few locations and dates on this.
Yeah.
I know that you do have an email address or a website, which is www.regalensemble.com. Is there a phone number people should call if they have questions?
Absolutely. It's 406-375-5001.
Okay. And then if there is, how long are the performances approximately? Because they start at 7, it looks like.
Yep. We usually have about an hour's worth of music with a with an intermission in between. And what we do is we're kind of based off the old 19th century salon recital group. So we play in people's houses and we play public concerts. So we always try to do at least one private home, which is open to the public. And we play in Hamilton here. We love to play at Kevin and Jenny Harold's house. And so that's where our Saturday night concert is. But we're also playing in Darby. And in this series, we're having a special afternoon recital at the UMAB Church on 6th Street on Sunday.
Nice. Yeah, they have a really nice church for that. How much are the tickets to these events?
$25.
Okay.
You can get them at regalensemble.com or at the door.
Okay, so perfect.
Once again, we do this 5 times a year. We usually try to play in Missoula all the way up and down the valley. And this is the first series where we're actually going down to Darby. So we start on Thursday in Missoula at the university at the Music Recital Hall at 7 p.m. Friday, we're at the Darby Community Clubhouse at 7 p.m. Saturday is our salon performance at the Herald Manor. 1402. That you can also get tickets for that on the website, and as I mentioned, the afternoon recital, the Bitterroot matinee performance at UMAB at 2 p.m. So if you haven't seen us, come see us.
And again, the phone number.
Yep, 406-375-5001.
All right. Well, thank you for having us on the show. I hope your event goes well.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Did I say thank you for having us on the show? I should have said thank you for being on the show.
But
that was a throwback to when
you guys come to our show.
Yeah, that was a throwback to when I was a guest on Steve Fullerton's show. So, Joel, thank you for being on the show today.
Thank you.
Yep.
Awesome. So next, we have Corvallis. Doug McCannaha. Did I say that right? McCannaha?
No, you said it wrong.
Close.
McConaughey.
Yeah. So the thing is, it's easier to say than spell, because it is once you get used to knowing Doug and Michelle, then it's really easy to remember their last name, how to pronounce it, but to spell it is that. And I think all three of us are probably in the same boat here with our last names.
Right.
Hard to pronounce and hard to spell. So speaking of pronunciation and spelling, it sounds like you've got a speech and debate meet.
Yeah. So let's talk about that for a second. A lot of people picture speech and debate as it's like we're in an auditorium and there's one person on stage and so forth, and that's not what it is at all. So just to clarify, there are about 19 different events happening at the same time, all throughout the schools, the middle school, the high school, and there are 9 speech events, 6 drama events, and 3 debate events. And each one of those rooms, so there are about 60 rooms happening at the same time with students competing. Each one of those rooms needs an adult judge to evaluate who does the best performance, the second best performance, etc. And so it's kind of like a track meet without all the throwing of stuff.
Right.
But
And
you should, right?
I used to participate in speech and drama when I was in high school, and then I decided I would be a judge, and I haven't been able to do it for the last couple of years. But I imagine you're looking for judges for your event.
Yeah, we're pretty desperate for judges because it's such a big meet. Each round takes about 60 adult judges per round, and we do 4 rounds on Friday, 4 rounds on Saturday.
And this is the
So
state tournament. Is that
state Class A? Yeah.
okay?
So
So we need
24
to
schools.
shine as the host. We need to shine by
Right.
having enough judges. I will tell you, it's one is fun, and two, it's very interesting, and it's pretty inspiring to see the young kids developing their skills of public speaking. And so it's always been something that's, for me anyway, that it's very enjoyable. I should probably look at my schedule and see if I could help this year. But what's the phone number to call if people want to be a judge?
So if people want to be a judge, they can call the high school at 406-961-3201 and leave a message, and we'll contact them back.
Okay.
We also have a link. I think there's a QR code that just popped up. That is a link that people can actually use to go right to the sign up. And then there are, so we have training. So when people are saying, well, I've never done this before, we have a training system. We'll have a training session on the Tuesday night before the meet. So that'd be the 27th in my classroom. And training takes about an hour. People are afraid they're going to make a mistake. And that's not how it works at all. We'll train you. It's not as hard as it sounds. Basically, you're going to listen to half a dozen or so speeches or presentations, and then just say, well, this person did the best, this person did second best, and then make comments on paper. And what's cool is people who judge, especially first-time judges, will come out and tell me, I have hope for the future. Seeing a bunch of high school kids wearing suits, talking about real-life issues or presenting amazing performances, it's a whole different side of youth that I don't think a lot of people get to see. So I think that's part of it.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that a lot of people don't know you can letter in speech and drama. And I think that there's a lot of, ways to build your resume around your performances that you do in speech and drama. And so I think it is, we should encourage people to come and judge because we want to have a good showing at our state event. And then also I think you get what you get out of it, right? Like you put in what you get out. So I'd really encourage people to give it a try.
And just real quick, the times on Friday are 11 a.m., 1, 3, and 5 p.m. And then on Saturday, it's 8 o'clock a.m., 10 a.m., 1 p.m., and 4 p.m. for the finals. Our 1 o'clock round on Saturday, we need 80-some judges to do that tournament because it's semifinals. There's multiple judges per round. So it's a big deal.
Yeah.
About 400 kids will be here.
Okay.
And you should be able to get some more information at that QR code as well as sign up.
Right. And I think and I think you should give the phone number to the high school one more time.
One more time, 406-961-3201.
Okay. All right. Thank you for being on the show today.
Yes,
Thanks
you
for
so
having
much.
me.
Yep.
Awesome. And up next is Jessie from Jessie's Wine and Goods. Welcome, Jessie.
Thank you so much for
Hi,
having
Jessie.
me. Hi, you guys.
And you have something fun going on. Can you tell us a little bit about what you got going on?
Yeah, so over at my business, Jessie's Wine and Goods, we have a wine bar and a wine shop, and we are hosting our second annual New Year's Eve party on Wednesday. We'll be there from noon to 9 that day, but you can come by, pick up fun bottles of bubbly for your celebrations and stay and have flights of sparkling wines. We actually have a very special grower champagne that we're pouring by the glass that evening. So you can do flights of 3 different kinds of bubbly. But then starting at 4, my dear friend Scott, who has DJ'd for us a few times in the past, is going to DJ. So from 4 to 9, he'll be doing his live show. We're dropping the ball at 8, which everyone seems to be relieved about. So our midnight is going to be 8 o'clock at Jessie's. it was so fun last year. I was just amazed at all the good vibes, and please wear something that makes you feel fabulous, and wear your dancing shoes, because I'll be dancing, and of course we'll have other things by the glass outside of sparkling wines, but
Well, it looks like DJ
yeah.
Scott will be there, and I know your address is on Skills, but you're on the corner of Marcus and Skills by Rooted Music.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
It's called
And-
the Hip Strip, you guys. So
Okay,
give
and so tell us the best place to park when we go to this event.
Yeah, so parking is actually really lovely, and not difficult for this event, for these shops. So there's a large parking lot right in front of the shop, Jesse's. And then there's tons of street parking too. So you really shouldn't have an issue finding parking. And yeah, come and go as you wish. I mean, we'll be there all day hanging out, but the music starts at 4 if you want to get in on
Okay.
the dance party.
And that's actually tomorrow. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. So
Oh my gosh, it is, you guys. I don't think I
Yeah.
totally processed that till you said that just now. So
okay.
yeah, we're really
Now, are you having any sales during this? Is there a sale going on?
we're selling lots of delicious limited wine.
Okay.
And the other big announcement is that the juice hats have dropped. We just released our very first swag. If you got the juice, you got to keep yourself hydrated. It's all juice. We all need juice. Even kids need juice, but wine is juice. So that's the new swag. And we actually only have a few left of the hats from the first batch. But I'll be sporting a juice hat tomorrow. And yeah, things are really popping. We just celebrated 5 years in business, and the shelves are just packed with really unique things from all over the world, and lots of special champagne from my trip earlier this year to Champagne. So yeah, it should be a good time, and just feel lucky.
Every time I go in your business, it's full, and there's a lot of people in there having a lot of fun. So I imagine tomorrow will be no different.
Yeah,
I hope so, and I hope to see all of you and bust a move with you.
Yeah. Is there a phone number if people want to call you and get some more information?
Yeah, and so the best phone number for that would be 406-361-8211. But I also, anytime you want to reach me directly, email is so fantastic. And you can reach me at jessieswineandgoods.com. Like I said, we're there all day today as well at the shop if you want to swing through. Get ahead of the rush for sparkling wine. We're there from noon to 8 today, and then noon to 9 tomorrow.
Perfect. All right. Well, I hope your event goes well, and Happy New Year.
Yes.
Thanks. Happy New Year, you guys. Go Hamilton.
Thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so next we're going not all the way south, a little bit more south, to the Lost Horse Lodge. Welcome, Nicole.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
Good morning, Nicole.
Good morning. I wish we weren't having a party because I'd like to go drink some wine with Jesse.
Well, what you should do is you should go today and get your wine from Jesse, and then have her come up there. Now, the Lost Horse Lodge is open again. You guys opened, I was there for Mother's Day brunch, so that was in May. I feel like you opened in April or May this year.
Yeah.
Reopened.
Yeah, we did. And then we did our big ribbon cutting with the chamber in July for the restaurant, the saloon, our 1890s saloon that just reopened. And then all of our 14 cabins are open as well. So we've...
Yeah, you just, you were the host for the Sapphire Lutheran Homes party for our staff. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go. My wife was having surgery that day, and so I was not available. But everybody said that the food was great, and I know I've had your food, and of course the hospitality. A lot of people stayed in the cabins. But your event is the Doc Holidays Burlesque New Year's Eve party, and so that's going to be tomorrow from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. That's going to be a late night. How are people going to get to and from the event?
Well, sadly, all of our cabins are booked, which is a good thing, I suppose. But we did partner with a company out of Missoula called Need a Lift, and they're going to be running either an 11 or 16 passenger van all the way up to the lodge from Hamilton Safeway. So you would just call them ahead of time I've got their phone number on our website, and also anyone can text me and I can put them in touch with them. They're also on our Facebook page. So they'll be picking up people at the Safeway at 7 p.m., 7:45, 8:30, pretty much every 45 minutes. They'll just be running a loop, and they're only charging $10 a person per ride. So super easy if you don't want to drive our dirt road. But the road conditions have not been bad. We had a little bit of snow. It's gotten a little bit better, but it is a little icy. So if you don't want to drink and drive, it's probably the safer route. And they'll be giving rides back until, the last person is taken home. And we've got a lot of teenagers up here too that can give sober drives. So
yeah. And so if people want to get to the Lost Horse Lodge, go south of town and right on the top of the hill, make a right-hand turn on Lost Horse Lodge. And then you just follow the road up the mountain and you cannot miss the lodge because you're on both sides of the road.
You got it. Yeah, we're the very last property before the forest. Yeah.
So the party, you pay a $10 cover, and that includes your toast. I imagine you can buy drinks and food up there as well.
Absolutely. Chef Allen will be in the kitchen serving until 9 p.m.
Okay.
And then we'll kind of migrate the party. It's the first, our first public event in our big banquet space since our grand opening in July. So we've got, hey, Mr. DJ, our Montana party DJ Tyler T is coming from Missoula. And so he'll be setting up and playing some really great tunes from like 9:30 to 1:30. He'll do the countdown toast. We'll have a champagne toast, and we will be setting up our back bar here. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And it is.
Now tell us your website, because I've been to your website and I just can't remember off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's losthorselodge.com. We have an events page. And so if you follow that, you'll see all of our upcoming events calendar, all of the social media posts that we make as far as our events are concerned. We're doing an event almost every other week and definitely on every holiday. We did a big Thanksgiving dinner. So we're just, we're throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks and what people like. And the community has been so awesome. We absolutely love the Valley and all the people. So
what I recommend people to do is go up there during the day and try the swing that's in the backyard, because that seems to be a pretty popular thing. And the back deck is wonderful. I mean, if you want to enjoy some mountain fresh air, going out on the back deck is really nice. And people can drive up the road a little further. There's a creek, or is it a creek? I'm sure it's a creek.
Yeah, it's the creek, and it's Bear Creek. And then you can actually take the back roads all the way to Lake Como. We've had a ton of snowmobilers and sledders coming up this last week, just with the fresh fallen snow. And then we're unofficially hoping to open our classic sled hill out back once we have enough snow sticking to the ground. So
yeah, you'll have to come back and tell us about that. And so your party's tomorrow. Starts at 9.
Tomorrow.
Call 363-7375 or go to your website. And I really hope you have a good event.
Yeah, thanks. And we're sticking with the true, saloon theme. So come in your burlesque attire, Victorian style.
Okay. Awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Exciting. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Nicole. And next we have Liberty and Symphony. They are with the Patriot Pinup Montana. Welcome, ladies.
Hi.
Hi. Good morning.
Good morning.
And you also have something super fun. Sorry. You have something super fun coming up too. I feel like we're having a lot of fun parties here.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a New Year's Eve masquerade ball. It's our second annual, and it's at Cowboy Troy's on Wednesday, tomorrow, from 9 to 1 a.m. We're gonna have a live band with Tightline the band, and we're going to have fireworks at midnight. It's $5 to get in the door for a masquerade mask, and then you get a door prize ticket also. We have lots of door prizes to give away. And then we also have a lot of really great raffle prizes donated from businesses throughout the Valley. We'll be selling raffle tickets for $5 each, or 5 for 20 to raise funds.
Yeah. So are you raising money for something?
Yeah, so Patriot Pinup Montana is a nonprofit organization here in the Valley, and we dress in vintage clothes from the 40s and 50s to honor veterans, and then we pack care packages every 6 months for our active duty military members. And so we're always accepting names. If anyone knows anyone in the military, you can reach out to us and give us their name, and we'll get them added to our list and send them a care package. We go to a lot of events here in the Bitterroot Valley, but we also go across the state. Like we went to the VA hospital in Helena for Valentine's Day and for Christmas to hand out gift bags to the veterans, and go to a lot of fundraisers for other veterans organizations throughout the state in Deer Lodge, Lincoln.
Oh yeah, I've seen you at car shows. I've seen you at
Yep.
the museum. I've seen you at the Santa Claus giveaway, the car giveaway for the veterans. So, you know, we see you all over the place, which is great. I can tell you're doing good. So Cowboy Troy's is in Victor, right off the highway.
Yes.
And let's say somebody wanted to contribute to the Pinup Montana, but they couldn't go to the event. Do you have a spot that people can Venmo or send a check?
Yep, we do have Venmo, and we also accept checks. Our address is listed on Facebook. You can send us a check, or you could give us a call. I can give you our phone number, and we could get the information to you on how we could meet up to get a donation if you wanted to donate.
What is the best phone number?
It's 406-802-2222. It's
Perfect. And so your event tomorrow at Cowboy Troy's, it starts at 9 p.m., goes to 1 a.m., benefits the Patriot Pinups. And we really appreciate all the work that you do, particularly for the veterans.
We appreciate you and Dawn. You're both veterans, so we honor you guys.
Yeah, both of the Coast Guard, yeah.
Yes.
So the Coast Guard is few and far between. That's why we have to stick together.
Yeah. Hey, real quick. So if somebody has a mask, do they need to pay that $5 cover charge?
No, they don't. They can just find one of us ladies, and we will give them a door prize ticket, and then they can get entered into the door prizes and check out our raffle prizes. And we will have the restaurant serves food until 9. So if you get there before 9, you can eat dinner. They have some really great food at Cowboy Troy's. And then from 9 o'clock until 1 a.m., we will have snacks on the tables like chips and dip and pretzels and things like that, just so that if anybody wants a little snack or something after the restaurant closes at 9, you'd still be able to get something to snack on.
That sounds like a lot of fun. I hope your event goes well. Thanks for being on the show, and Happy New Year.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
New Year.
So I have a poem.
Okay.
It's called Clutter. The new year was here. I wanted to organize. I thought I'll start with my desk and cut it down to size. I looked at the papers and wondered where to begin. I thought I'll find my inbox, and then I dove right in. I treated it like an archaeological dig and took it piece by piece, not like a truffling pig. I found a stack of surveys I needed to return. I shuffled them neatly, then stacked them by my fern. I found some junk mail. I threw it in the trash can. The new employee paperwork I stacked by the fan. I found my training certificates I thought were lost. Those started my first stack of things that couldn't be tossed. Old calendars were trash. Printed emails were keep. Vacation requests were save. I found those ones down deep. My magazine renewals were now long expired. I saved some folders that would help when I retired. Donation stubs were a keep, as well as thank you cards. I saved some photos and a pack of table edge guards. I kept up the cleaning and worked all the way through lunch. I could see my desktop, so I knew I'd cleaned a bunch. I saved some blank envelopes and a few self-help books. I kept magazines with ideas and some clothesline hooks. After 4 hours of work, my desk was clutter-free. I turned around and groaned. It was all piled behind me. And that is a true story of how I clean my desk. I just move it.
Ryan says, "Oh boy," and I think that that's because he knew what was coming here, and I don't know about you, Ryan, because I was thinking the same thing. Because my office, I cleaned it on Friday because there was nobody. Not Friday. Was it Friday? No, it was like New Year or Christmas Eve.
Thursday. No, Wednesday.
Wednesday. I was working by myself, so I cleaned this office up, and I managed to do that. But at home, it's the exact same way. So.
Yeah, it's tough. I think brilliant minds have cluttered desks.
Yes, exactly. It's true though. And just so anybody knows, like we showed Brian's comment or Ryan's comment here, if you're watching live from YouTube or Facebook, you can comment to us and we can show it.
And in the private chat, I said you brilliant minds have cluttered desks. Jody says, "I'm a genius then."
She cleans her desk quite often. So yeah.
She's a genius. Well, this was a genius idea to do the show. How do you get on the show?
Yeah. So if you want to be on the show, we do have a sign up form goes out in our newsletter. I didn't quite post on social media yet. However, you can also just call the chamber, 406-363-2400. Talk to Dominic, talk to me or Jody, or even Julie, our admin here. And we would love to, if you have any events going on around, and it's not just during the holidays, we're going to be continuing this on. Just give us a call.
Okay. Well, this was a great show. Thanks to all of our guests. And yeah, we'll see you next week.
All right.
See you next year.
See you next year, 2026. That's right.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.